I'm marvelling at the colours of the Australian bushland. And there flew just now a kookaburra. Can you see it? In the place where we're staying in the Central Coast, I found this wonderful book by Max Lucado, and it's called God Came Near. And in the beginning of the book, he describes a man who for 50 years couldn't see a thing. And then surgeons found a way to operate and help him to see. And he was amazed at what he saw. He said, I can't believe yellow is so yellow. And maybe we can think, how many shades of brown, beautiful brown is there, and green. And we could spend a lifetime marveling at all the amazing things that our eyes can see, just one of the 7 senses, and how the brain takes it all in and makes sense of it and gives us such delight. Isn't that wonderful? There's a body of water out there. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, this wonderful book talks about the majesty of Jesus. And it says, Christianity in its purest form is nothing more than seeing Jesus. Christian service in its purest form is nothing more than imitating Jesus. To see his majesty and to imitate him, well, that is the sum of Christianity. And then it talks about us actually witnessing and seeing Jesus. Have you seen him? Have you caught a glimpse of his majesty? A word is placed in a receptive crevice of your heart that causes you ever so briefly to see his face. You hear a verse read in a tone you'd never heard, or explained in a way you'd never thought, and one more piece of the puzzle falls into place. Someone touches your painful spirit, as only one sent from God could do. And there he is, Jesus, the man, the bronzed Galilean who spoke with such thunderous authority and loved with such childlike humility, the God, the one who claimed to be older than time and greater than death. Gone is the pomp of religion. Dissipated is the fog of theology. Momentarily lifted is the opaque curtain of controversy and opinion. Erased are our own blinding errors and egotism. And there he stands, Jesus. Have you seen him? Those who first did were never the same. My Lord and my God, cried Thomas. I have seen the Lord, exclaimed Mary Magdalene. We have seen his glory, declared John. Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked? Rejoiced the 2 Emmaus-bound disciples. And Peter said, we were eyewitnesses of his majesty. His majesty, the Emperor of Judah, the soaring eagle of eternity, the noble admiral of the kingdom, all the splendor of heaven revealed in a human body. For a period ever so brief, the doors to the throne room were open and God came near. His majesty was seen. Heaven touched the earth, and as a result, earth can know heaven. In astounding tandem, a human body housed divinity, holiness and earthliness intertwined. His story was extraordinary. He called himself divine, yet allowed a minimum wage Roman soldier to drive a nail into his wrist. He demonstrated purity, but he forgave everyone and cleansed them of all sin. He sent men into all the world, yet equipped them with only bended knees and memories of a resurrected carpenter. We can't regard him as simply a good teacher. His claims are too outrageous to limit him to the company of Socrates or Aristotle, nor can we categorize him as one of many prophets sent to reveal eternal truths. His own claims eliminate that possibility. Then, who is he? Well, let's try to find out. Let's follow his sandal prints. Let's sit on the cold, hard floor of the cave in which he was born. Let's smell the sawdust of the carpentry shop. Let's hear his sandals slap the hard trails of Galilee. Let's sigh as we touch the healed sores of the leper, smile as we see his compassion with the woman at the well, cringe as we hear the hissing of hell's Satan. Let's let our voices soar with the praises of the multitudes. Let's try to see him. One warning: something happens to a person who has witnessed his majesty. He becomes addicted. One glimpse of the king and you are consumed by a desire to see more of him and say more about him. Pew warming is no longer an option. Junk religion will no longer suffice. Sensation seeking is needless. Once you have seen his face, you will forever long to see it again. Let's all say, my Lord and my God. And most supremely, that we will whisper the secret of the universe. We were witnesses of his majesty. I love that. So even in these troubled times, there's so much to inspire us. God is eternal. God is with us. God is in us. Take heart. Jesus has overcome the world. Lots of love.